Tracy Smothers, by the way, he's a great worker.
Oh, yeah.
He will scare your ass to death. In the back, he's going over the match with me, and he's just like, talks, hey, man, you know, and I'm like, I'm just like scared to death, and I'm just sitting there like, just look at my face, and I'm like, Steve, you gonna be okay? You gonna be okay, Steve? Are you sure? And he walked out, and I was like, fuck him, I'm gonna be okay. You know, because I mean, he's just like, you know,
right.
He said, 15 minutes, boy, 15 minutes. We'll be all right. 15 minutes, brother. I was like, all right, 15 minutes. So I go, very first match of the card. I go out there, and Hillen.
Did you go out first?
Yes.
Okay.
So at first I'm just kind of like, oh my god, you know, what do you do? You know. So I finally got there, and I'm kind of walking, telling people to shut up, and you know, I did an okay job at Hillen, you know, and I'm like, oh, I hope this. He comes out. 30 minutes later, he pins me. 30 minutes. I can't breathe.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I remember the finish was, she came up on the apron, popped up. He went to her. She went to slap him. He blocked it. Was supposed to kiss her on the cheek. He laid one on her.
Right.
You know.
You had to know that was coming.
Yeah. You know, lay one on her. So I come running. He moves. I stop. He schoolboys me. But when he pinned me, he said, "Great job, boy, great job." And he rolls out. Here I am. You know, can't breathe. That was my first. From that point on, I never babyfaced again.
Really?
Really?
Never. Me and Steve went from there. That night, we drove to somewhere in Bumfuck, Alabama, somewhere. Wrestled in the worst ring I've ever wrestled in my life. That was Henry is his last name.
Mickey Henry?
Mickey Henry. His travel ring. At a freaking, some kind of rent, kind of like a Aaron's Rent-A-Center, but it wasn't Aaron's, it was something else, you know? The ring was out by the road. Out there, and this ring had no pad. When you walked, the board slipped up. Had this metal thing. Yeah.
In the grass.
It had this metal post in the middle of the ring underneath it that pushed the middle of the ring up. That was hard. You'd have broke your back if you'd have bumped. So this is what Steve said. I'll take one bump. You're taking two. And we're most outside the ring.
Right.
The only bump I took in the ring was, I remember, the worst thing Steve Armstrong ever does. He shoots you into the corner. Boom. He comes running with a clothesline. Just, you better hold on because it's going to hurt. I don't give a shit who you are. Because he hits you 90 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And I bumped out from that.
Uh-huh.
And that's it. 1, 2, 3. He pinned me with that.
Right.
But that was the worst ring. I remember stepping in it going, poof, poof, and like the board actually popping up. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And we didn't know the ring was that bad. And that's when Steve and we're kind of circling. He's like, no bumping. You know, and so he gets into me and he's like, you're taking two and I'm taking one. That's
nice.
it. The whole, you know. And that was the second time I ever healed. And I from that point on,
That's
heal. And that's all I've ever done since then.
So for almost 8 years.
Yeah, I've been heel, and it goes with the old school thing though. That's when I started watching a lot more Flair. How Flair does it, or how another good favorite heel of mine was Jerry Stubbs.
Mr. Olympia.
Yeah, Mr. Olympia, Jerry Stubbs. He was so hated in Continental.
Big in Continental,
yeah, he was hated. I loved watching him a lot too, because what he did, things he did.
Right.
You know, I kind of picked up, but you know, I think I'm more, what's the word? More harsh than Flair ever was. Because I don't care what I say. I know you asked that question one time. How far is too far? And Cruz said, "There's no limit."
Yeah.
That's how I approach everything. There's no limit. Now I won't per se cuss at somebody to the point. You know, I don't know what words not to use. But there's no limit to say what I'm going to say. There's no limit. That kind of covers the first.
Well, real quick, going back to the show, I mean, because you did like 8 to 9 months of hardcore.
Yeah.
Were you getting paid for it?
Like $10.
Like
at 20 at the most, you know.
Then you work in front of 2,500.
I got to go to Tennessee.
You don't have to tell us exactly, but I mean, just.
I got $60 to go to Tennessee. $60. That's because he had 2,500 people.
Right.
You know, I was lucky to get that.
Well, that's not bad at all for your time in the business.
Right. You know, but that's because I guess I was Steve's boy.
Sure.
By the way, speaking of Tennessee, Jim Cornette is the funniest son of a bitch you'll ever meet.
Really?
What you see on TV is what you get. He's no different. I remember I was going to the bathroom up there, and I heard blah, 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 and I'm like, looking around. He's on the phone in the stall of the radio station, and I swear he took one breath and talked for 20 minutes.
He was doing. Was he doing like a
he was cutting a promo,
like doing a phone interview?
Yeah, over
taking a dump.
I don't know if he's taking a dump or not. He was in a song.
For the sake of the story, he was definitely pooping.
You know, but I can remember him. Like I remember him saying, "Yeah, I'm ready," and he just went off. He can talk, man.
Oh yeah,
he can just go. And up there was another promoter. I don't know, because it was the first time I said I'd never been in a big area like that. And there was another promoter on the top of a building next to the place with a megaphone trying to start crap. And Jim Cornette climbed up the ladder to the building and got in a fight with the guy. Like literally, it wasn't a work, it was straight shoot. Like cops showed up, I was like, oh my God. You know, I'm saying, you're in a business, I'm scared. I'm in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Right.
You know, I'm from bumfuck Flower Hill. I graduated with 22 people. And there been, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was
Somebody's
scared.
gonna throw somebody off the top of a building.
That's what I thought was coming. I mean, Jim Cornette wasn't playing. He was pissed, you know, and he was just. Then the cops showed up and they ended up taking the guy away. The other promoter guy.
The other, really?
Yeah, you know, but he got there and was fighting on. They were like throwing punches. You know.
Was he wearing like a mustard-colored suit? For the sake of the story, I think he was.
We can say it was.
Yeah, fantastic.
By the way, Mark Henry's an asshole.
Is he?
I try to introduce. You know, I was taught. Like everybody else taught, you go into a room, you shake everybody's hand.
Right.
No matter if you're
Introduce
this
yourself.
fucking low on the card or you're this high on the card, you shake everybody. Well, he had to have his own dressing room. Now, granted, he's a big bastard.
Mm-hmm.
He's big.
Right.
He's probably, his shoulder width is 3 foot. Easy.
Wow.
And he was like, you had to like do this when you walk by you in the hallway. You know, and he's got a big belly, but it's all like rock hard, you know.
Yeah, he's a bulky guy.
But I was trying to, you know, I was like, and he's like, and he just looks at me like I'm stupid. You know, I started shake, you know, hey, I'm Heath.
Right.
You know, Mr. Van, or I'm Heath is what I was. Yeah, I know.
Right.
Yeah. You know, but I'm like, you know, and he's just like, well, where are you? You know, I'm like, Rico was there.
Yeah.
Constantino, okay.
All he did was this the whole time. The whole time he was there, his match came up. He rocked in the chair.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't even speak to him either. He scared me.
What do you think? What was that about?
I don't know. He was psyching himself up, or I don't know. But he was just like.
Maybe he was doing like kind of crunches
or something.
He was sitting in a chair, like a folding chair. The whole time he's rocking back up. And I was like,
that's odd.
You know, like, Steve's a ad, don't. You know, come
you're running into that in this business sometimes,
you know,
kid.
There was a lot of guys there at that show. They did it he did that show for like 6 months. I only went once, but he did it for 6 months, and I always had like 2,500 people. It was an amphitheater, is what it was, and he was slammed full every time.
Any other funny stories of guys who were there? That I mean, because I imagine it's a little overwhelming. Yeah, just you know, after the Mark Henry thing, I didn't really talk to anybody else. You know, because I didn't, you know, right.
I was trying to be nice. You know, he's like just blows me off, and she's like, he's an asshole. I'm like, shut up. You know, I mean, she says it out loud.
Hold it down,
yeah,
woman.
Like,
Did you see the size of that?
He's
man?
also the strongest man in the world.
I'm like, what's he gonna do? I mean, what am I gonna do? He's gonna jump on me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna hit him. I'm about to shoot him.
Right.
You know, and then be afraid the bullet may not penetrate.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, but she's like, he's an asshole, and kind of said it as we're walking away. And I'm like, oh my god. Then we start walking faster. You know, just in case he starts.
Don't make eye contact.
Exactly. But
nice. Well, you talk about how you like Ric Flair, and one of the big things with Ric Flair was his ability to get people going via the microphone, which is something I admire in your case. I think we'll take a quick break, and then we're going to talk about some of your mic work, how you developed the Mr. Fantasy character to what it's become now. So we'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back to that. So thanks so much. Check out some of our other videos, and make sure you come back and watch the rest of this Mr. Fantasy shoot. Thank you.
Yes, sir.